Welcome to Thoroughbred Action from Gulfstream Park West. I am your host, Ron Nicoletti. It is Thanksgiving. We have 10 races we want to show you at an early post of 11:40 a.m. Let's look at those track and weather conditions. The main track fast, the turf course firm. Race number 1 on Thanksgiving Day is a 5-furlong turf event. Maiden claimers, fillies and mares, 3-year-olds and upward. Scratch number 9, Some Kind of Fabulous. Jockey on the 10 is Manny Aguilar.
They're up. Level beginning. From the center, With a Kiss breaks for the lead. Toward the inside, here's Midnight Lullaby showing speed. Also coming away on the top flight is Forever Lily. These three across the racetrack. It's a stretch of 3 to Hillbilly Babe. It's a length back to Atomic Tangerine. Secret Diary on the inside. Starship Kahlua is out wide, followed by With a Kiss, and the trailer is Awesome Sunrise. They leave the backstretch and move on to the far turn. Midnight Lullaby and Gerardo Corrales now throttle open to lead it by 2 lengths over Lady Nura second. Racing third now is Forever Lily, followed by Hillbilly Babe, then Secret Diary and With a Kiss. After a 21-3 opening quarter time, they're at the top of the stretch. Midnight Lullaby off the top of the turn, widening on a 3-length lead. Lady Nura is second, Secret Diary is third, down the outside and With a Kiss. Through the final furlong, Midnight Lullaby has the lead. Secret Diary coming on late now into second and closing ground with a Kiss on the outside. Midnight Lullaby has the lead. On the outside, Secret Diary's going to make this close. Secret Diary's in time. Secret Diary and Gaffleone ran down Midnight Lullaby in 58 flat.
Number 3, Secret Diary closes late. What a nicely timed ride by jockey Tyler Gaffleone to win it for PTK LLC, trained by Dave Kobinski, and as I mentioned, written today by Tyler Gaffleone. Race number 2, a 1-mile claiming event for 3-year-olds and up, which have never won 2 races. The even money favorite going to the gate is number 3, Strike 'em Down.
And they're up. Level beginning. From the rail, Wild Force begins the best. Right alongside is Janino in the early stages. And Strike 'em Down will be 3 wide to the turn while racing in third. From fourth out wide is Al Caravan, tucking in on the inside, Professor Jack. Second last, Blessed with Prayer, and the early trailer, Dancin' in the Heat. They run around the first turn, chasing the speed of Wild Force and Gerardo Corrales, who show the way by 2, to Janino in second. Strike 'em Down is third, while in the clear. Racing in fourth is Professor Jack down toward the inside and 5.5 off the lead. Then it's El Caravan, half in front of Blessed with Prayer, and Dancin' in the Heat is the trailer. They race down the backstretch after an initial quarter that went in 24-1. No pace pressure at all for Wild Force. He's winging up top. He leads it by 4.5. Janino is second. Professor Jack now sandwiched between horses. Strike 'em Down 3 wide while asked to do a little work. Racing next is Blessed with Prayer, honing into the race about 7 lengths off the lead in front of Al Caravan and Dancin' in the Heat. They went 48-1 for the opening half mile. There's less than 3 furlongs to go. On top, Wild Force by 2.5. Racing up into second is Strike 'em Down from the outside. Out Caravan putting in a charge third. Working off the fence is Blessed with Prayer and running on Dancing in the Heat with a 1/4 mile left to go. Still many chances. 3/4, 1:13-2. They're at the top of the stretch. With the lead, Wild Force cutting the corner is Janino. Working off the fence and trying to find clear passage. Blessed with Prayer down the outside and Dancing in the Heat. And in between horses coming on Al Caravan. Al Caravan and Jaramillo up for the lead. Dancing in the Heat on the outside. Wild Force on the inside. Al Caravan to a short lead. It will be Al Caravan to win it. Al Caravan by a neck. Second, Wild Force. Third, Dancing in the Heat. And fourth was Blessed with Prayer in 1:40-3.
Number 6, Al Caravan scores pace $12.40 for Magic Stables LLC, trained by leading trainer Antonio Sano and ridden to victory today by MCL Jaramillo. We'll take a short break and be back for the third race in just a couple of moments.
Shaman goes down the outside. Shaman goes chasing Danish Dynaformer. Danish Dynaformer. Shaman Ghost, and Shaman Ghost takes the Queen's Plate a length. And taking the 156th running of the Queen's Plate is Shaman Ghost, beautifully bred by Ghost Zapper.
Classic Bloodlines, Classic Sire, Ghost Zapper, standing at Adena Springs.
Welcome back. Race number 3, 5 furlongs on a good turf. These are claimers 3 and up, which have never won 2 races. 9 runners going to the post. The off-time favorite, number 1, Class and Cash.
They're off. From the center, Remembering Richie and Loudon's Gray begin the best. Down to the inside, it's 5 Wars showing speed. From the top shelf, Grand the Man comes away racing in 4th. Then to the inside, it's Class and Cash. It's a stretch of another 5 lengths back from between horses Summer Scamp, Simon the Serenian on the inside. Racing second last while 3 wide is Andy Popo, and Demand is the trailer. They swing into the far turn. 5 Wars has the lead. He's a length and a half in front. Slipping through on the inside is Clash and Cash to get into second. Racing now third is Remembering Richie with Loudon's Gray 4 wide fourth, and they're at the top of the stretch. 5 Wars trying to spring the upset. Off cover now. Here comes Class and Cash up to the lead now. Racing in third is Loudon's Gray. Up the rail coming on late is Grand the Man. Also running on from the inside, Simon the Serenian, but in deep stretch, it's Class and Cash who has the lead. Class and Cash in front. 5 Wars second. From the outside, Summer Scamp third, and Simon the Serenian finished fourth in 57-1.
The favorite does it. Number 1, Class and Cash. Scores pays $4.60. Owned by Live Oak Plantation. Trained by Ed Plisa Jr. and ridden to victory today by Rafael Hernandez. Race number 4, a 6-furlong claimer, fillies and mares 3-year-olds and up, which have never won 3 races or a race in 6 months. Scratch number 2, Mochima.
They're up. From the outside, Scuba Sue begins nicely. Spanish Concert is trying to move with her in the early stages, and Lucky Bella comes away racing in third. Then it's Chat Hills, True Blue Nation on the outside. Suki is second last, and Black Air is last as Scuba Sue throttles open. Scuba Sue going as fast as she can for as far as she can. She's opened a 6-length lead now. Racing second is Spanish Concert. From the outside, Chat Hills third. True Blue Nation is fourth. Lucky Bella is fifth. Black Air is sixth, and Suki is last. They won an opening quarter in 22 seconds flat. Around the far turn they go. Scuba Sue. The lead is only 2.5 lengths from her stablemate Chat Hills, who's into second. Spanish Concert is third. True Blue Nation is fourth. Lucky Bella and Black Air try to run on from the back, and Suki is the trailer, and there's a 1/4 mile left to go. On top here, the leader is still Scuba Sue. She re-breaks a bit, still leads it by 2.5. Chat Hills trying to get after her second. It's a stretch of 4 to Spanish Concert in third with an 1/8 of a mile to go. Chat Hills coming after Scuba Sue. Scuba Sue still there. Chat Hills to the attack. Navarro's 1-2. Which one will it be? Chat Hills with momentum on the outside. Black Ears into third. Chat Hills is the winner. Scuba Sue second. Black Air third. Close fourth. Suki or Lucky Bella.
Number 6, Chat Hills beats her stablemate. That's number 8, Scuba Sue, both trained by George Navarro. Chat Hills, owned by Ron Hendrickson and ridden to victory today by Edgard Zayas. The 5th race, 7.5 furlongs on the turf. It's an allowance for 3-year-olds and upward. Scratch the main track only. Number 9, Taverny Bay.
And they're up. From the inside, it's Metaphorically who begins the best. Right alongside, Are We Not Men moves up to be second. Third on the outside is How You. Tucking in fourth is Romeo Lima in front of Golden Spear. Then from between horses, it's Seuss. On the inside, Hines is second last, and the trailer is the stretch runner, Black Martino. They navigate the first turn with Metaphorically in front by a length for Jonathan Gonzalez from Are We Not Men, who races in second now. Here's Hines, the gray, moving up down toward the hedge. He just ran up to Tuca Joan third now with How You next. Romeo Lima got the shuffle a bit. He's fifth, but he's only 2.5 off the lead while between horses. Then Golden Spear. Second last is Seuss, and the trailer is Black Martino. They really controlled the opening quarter. They went 25-4, very slow early pace with half a mile to go. With the lead, it's Metaphorically 3 parts of a length. Are We Not Men is second. Hines on the inside third. Racing fourth on the outside is How You. Romeo Lima still in tight between horses fifth now. Then back to the outside, Golden Spear and Black Martino, and trailing is Seuss. They went 51 seconds for the opening half-mile speed, and now the pace quickens. Metaphorically, still there up top. Are We Not Men? And on the outside, How You? Romeo Lima's coming off the fence for a shot, and toward the rail it's Hines, wide open, top of the lane. Metaphorically, set sail for the money after 3 quarters, and 1:15 and 2. Hines up the inside is coming on second, down the outside, and Romeo Lima with the late say inside the final furlong. Metaphorically hanging on. Hines up the inside. Here's the Toronto Invader Hines to spring the upset. Metaphorically second, close third, Romeo Lima or Are We Not Men?
Number 4, Hines, slips through along the hedge and scores, pays $37.20. Owned by Copper Water Thoroughbred Company, trained by Pat Parenti, and ridden to victory by Miguel Vasquez. We're going to take a short break. We'll be back for race number 6.
There's a new day dawning in Florida. Never before has a Breeders' Cup Classic winner retired to stud in the Sunshine State. Until now. Adena Springs presents 3-time Grade 1 winner and earner of over $4 million, Fort Larned. New to Adena Springs South.
Welcome back. The 6th race on the Fast Main track, contested at a mile. It's a maiden claiming event for 2-year-olds. They're running for a $12,500 tag. The 2-to-1 favorite, number 4, Freedom for DLT.
They're up. Toward the inside, Think He's Gone begins the best. Here's Drawbridge from the inside moving up. These two are quickest, and moving 3 wide is Freedom for DLT. Tucking in off the speed while fourth is Hope Is Rising, with Warrior's Legacy and Il Fratello next. Then down to the rail, that's Black Shrek. Wide on the course, Cyber Josh, and the early trailer is Little Mike V. They run around the first turn, and Drawbridge and Caraballo have secured the lead 3 parts of a length. Think He's Gone second. Freedom for DLT is now racing in third position. Racing in fourth is Hope Is Rising. Then to the outside, Warrior's Legacy, followed by Black Shrek and AA Fratello. Cyber Josh between horses, and Little Mike V is the trailer. Less than 5 furlongs to travel. They won an opening quarter in 24 and 3, and they go to the half-mile pole with Drawbridge in front, but Think He's Gone ratchets up the pressure second. Freedom for DLT has chirped along at the half-mile pole third, 2.5 off the lead. Then it's Hope Is Rising and Warrior's Legacy, followed by Cyber Josh. AA Fratello out in the center of the course, not yet responding, with Black Shrek and Little Mike V. Round the far turn they go now. Less than 3 furlongs to go. Drawbridge trying to hold sway. On the outside, Think He's Gone continues to press the issue. These two have put away Freedom for DLT, then Hope Is Rising. Warrior's Legacy bows out, and Cyber Josh is on his inside. 3 quarters, 1:14 and 4, and they're at the top of the stretch. Think He's Gone is up for a short lead. Drawbridge still tries to kick back at him from second, and Freedom for DLT is third. There's a furlong to go. Think He's Gone is still in front. Drawbridge is still second. He's game, but he's not making back any ground. So the leader is Think He's Gone, and now Think He's Gone is gone. He's moving away. Think He's Gone wins it by 2.5. Second, Drawbridge. Third, Freedom for DLT. Then Hope Is Rising and Cyber Josh.
Number 3, Think He's Gone, scores for owner Carol Hershey, trained by Hernan Parra and ridden to victory today by Luis Castillo. Pays $9.40 to win. Race number 7, 1 mile and 1/16 on the turf. These are maiden claimers, fillies and mares, 3-year-olds and upward. Scratch number 1, Breeze and Bree. Also scratch the 11, Pav's Fantasy.
They're up. Toward the inside, See Charlie Run gets the first call. Moving in the center to try to take the lead is Descarado. Descarado will land in front of See Charlie Run. Moving from the top shelf is Usherette. In between horses, Lady Annie and Carolyn Spirit, also away in the top flight. Moving wide on the course is Hard to Picture. Rein back their Starship Hostilities in the second flight, about 5 lengths off the lead, in front of Silver Casino. Then to the rail, Cape Ann is second last, and the trailer is Starship Bellagio. She's dropped better than 10 lengths off the lead. Into the first turn with Antonio Gallardo and Descarado setting the pace. They lead it by 2.5. Hard to Picture is second. Usherette is third. See Charlie Run races in fourth now. Then it's Street Kitty in fifth. Tucked in is Lady Annie with Carolyn Spirit between horses, followed 3 wide by Silver Casino. It's a stretch of 2 toward the rail. Cape Ann has gained a spot in front of Starship Hostility, who is now second last in the race, and Starship Bellagio is last of all as they go to the half-mile pole. They went 50-4 for the opening half-mile after carving a quarter in 25 seconds flat. Desperado leads it a half a length. Usherette is second. Hard to Picture is third. Silver Casino is now fourth from C. Charlie Run, then Carolyn Spirit and Lady Annie. Cape Ann moves to the outside to try to pick up the pace. She's about 3 in front of Starship Hostility, then Street Kitty and Starship Bellagio, and they run around the far turn. C. Charlie Run is now trying to tackle Desperado for the top. Carolyn Spirit follows her, and Lady Annie rides the inside top of the lane. Still many chances off cover. Here's C. Charlie Run to take a short lead. Carolyn Spirit is now into the clear and has to quicken toward the inside, and Desperado, who's not done fighting. Through the final furlong, these 3 to settle the score. Desperado on the inside. C. Charlie Run on the outside. Carolyn Spirit is 3 wide. Here's Carolyn Spirit and Paco Lopez getting up. Desperado dead game to be second from C. Charlie Run third, then Lady Annie fourth in 147 and 1.
Number 5, Caroline Spirit wins it and pays $7.20. Owned by Lee Lewis, trained by Mark Hennig, and ridden to victory today by Paco Lopez. The 8th race, a 7-furlong sprint. These are maiden claimers for 3-year-olds and upward. Scratch number 4, Chillum Court. Also scratch number 7, Gunther Brothers. The off-time favorite, number 10, Russian Humor.
They're off. Very slow beginning for Hat Trick's victory at the back. Quick beginning for Russian Humor and Rocket Boulevard. They're 1-2 early. Warrior's Instinct comes away racing in third. From Leonidas de Roma in fourth now. Then it's Roy Air and West Ride. Stretch of 3 to El Catracho, and after a disastrous beginning, Hat Trick's victory is last. They run out of the chute and head down the backstretch with Rocket Boulevard showing the way 3 parts of a length. Russian Humor on the outside second. Racing in third is Warrior's Instinct, about 2 lengths off the lead. Leonidas de Roma is racing in fourth. Tipping to the outside, here's Alvaro Donis, aboard Roy Air, racing in fifth past the half mile. It's a stretch of 5 to West Ride and El Catracho, and trailing is Hat Trick's victory. They leave the backstretch and move on to the far turn. There's 3 furlongs left to go. Russian Humor on the far outside. Toward the inside, Warrior's Instinct. They're now heads apart. Moving up on the far outside is Roy Air. Also between horses is Leonidas de Roma. Rocket Boulevard is called it an afternoon. Then El Catracho. West Ride and Hat Trick's victory with a quarter of a mile to go. Russian Humor getting out a bit off the corner, but still has the lead. Widest of all, Roy Air from between horses. Leonidas de Roma trying to battle back on his Hat Trick's victory. And on the inside, Warrior's Instinct. Through the final furlong, Russian Humor's in front. Leonidas de Roma one more time on the outside. Back third inside is Warrior's Instinct, 16th pole. The leader is Russian Humor, pulling out all the stops and holding firm. Russian Humor crosses the wire first. Leonidas de Roma second, Roy Air third in front of Warrior's Instinct and Hat Trick's victory.
Number 8, Russian Humor holds on gamely to win it. Trained by Alfred McIntosh, ridden by son Christopher McIntosh, 10-pound apprentice. It's a pretty game win, $5.40. We'll take a break and be back for the late Daily Double.
They're off in the Breeders' Cup Classic.
Welcome back for race number 9, 1 mile on the turf. It's a claimer for 3-year-olds and upward, which have never won 3 races, or 3-year-olds. Scratch the 2s, scratch the number 5, couple of jockey changes. On the 4, it's Carlos Olivero. On the 10, make the runner Pedro Monterrey Jr.
And they're off. Slight bobble at the beginning for our Tempest. From the inside, Dreamin' of Clarice begins the nicely, and Social Roy moves up to be second. Our Tempest is taken in hand to race in third. Up on the outside, Carson's 10, followed a length behind by Super Secret. 2 better than Call Up the Chief. 2 in front of Umberto. Second last is Ben Jacob, and the early trailer here is Seeking the Perfect. They run into the first turn, wide on the corner with Social Roy. That enables Dreamin' of Clarice to scamper clear to a 2.5 length lead. Social Roy is second. Our Tempest the Gray is on hold third. Racing fourth is Carson's 10. Fifth is Super Secret. He's tugging, wants to do a little more. He's 4.5 off the lead. Stretch of 3 to Call Up the Chief mid-flight, about 7 off the pace, and length in front of Ben Jacob. Then it's Umberto, and being pulled up is Seeking the Perfect. They went 23-3 for the opening quarter speed, and they move inside the half-mile pole. 48-2 for the opening half-mile, with Dreaming of Clarice shouldering the load, leads it by 2 lengths. Our Tempest is racing in second, so the favorites are 1-2 to the turn run. Then Super Secret and Carson's 10. From between horses, Social Roy, followed by Call Up the Chief, who begins to stoke up a rally, a length better than Ben Jacob. Ridden hard while trying to gain at the back is Umberto as they run around the far turn. Dreaming of Clarice yet to face a serious threat. The threat will come from Super Secret, who's off cover and coming on nicely. Our Tempest floats wide off the corner, and cutting the corner is Call Up the Chief. 3/16 left to go. Dreamin' of Clarice has the lead. Super Secret to the attack second toward the inside, and Call Up the Chief. Our Tempest back fourth through the final furlong. On the outside, and Super Secret driving to the lead now. Super Secret has the lead. On the inside, Dreamin' of Clarice fights back. It's a photo finish. Dreamin' of Clarice inside, Super Secret on the outside. Also very close for third between Call Up the Chief and Umberto in 138-2.
Number 1, Dreamin' of Clarice. What a nice ride by jockey MCL Jaramillo. Gets his second win on the card. Would not be denied. Owned by Guarneri Stables Incorporated and trained by leading trainer Antonio Sano. The 10th and final race, 6 furlong maiden claimer, 2-year-olds. We have 2 scratches in race number 10, Mr. Change, and number 13, Mr. Smith.
And runners away. Brave Enrique was off a step slow. From the outside, Eric's Talisman begins nicely. Moving up now is first-timer JoJo's Dream to challenge. These two are heads apart and driving up on the rail. Here's Acknowledge. Acknowledge sent along by Juan Leyva to try to get the lead, and Acknowledge is now in front. JoJo's Dream second, Eric's Talisman is third. Wide on the outside is Gone Local. Then from between horses, it's Circular Thunder. Saving ground is Silverado Star. A length better than Sigmund, who's climbing a bit. While moving up on the outside and trying to improve from there is Arcos as they run around the far turn. It's a stretch of another 4 lengths back toward the inside to Sweet Be a DJ, and then Brave Enrique as they run around the far turn. Up for the lead now. Here's Gone Local, and Eduardo Nunez now throttling open to take the lead from Acknowledge in second. Eric's Talisman, no place to go, waiting for room on the inside. Winding it up from the back is on the outside to Tismen, and they're at the top of the stretch with the lead. Gone Local shaking up for the drive on a 3-length lead. Trying to get after him second now is Sigmund, now running on from the back. Here's Wildcat Wish coming on down the outside. Brave Enrique was so far back early. He is flying on. He's running out of time. Here's Wildcat Wish at Gone Local. Wildcat Wish to the front. Wildcat Wish the winner. Very close for second, either Brave Enrique or Gone Local. Then Eric's Talisman and Circular Thunder to complete your high five.
Number 11, Wildcat Wish wins the Thanksgiving finale for Jack Hendricks and Roger Justice, trained by Bill Kaplan, ridden to victory today by Eddie Castro. In the pick 5, 5 of 5 paid $834.55, 4 of 5, $12.30. In the Rainbow 6, 6 of 6, a couple of tickets, $9,162.60 to carry over going into Friday, $70,464.20. The Super High 5, 4 of 5, $363.65. The carryover going into Friday, $1,091.09. And that wraps up the Thursday holiday card. Still 2 days left of racing here at the Fall Turf Festival at Gulfstream Park West. Friday and Saturday, 11 races each day. And don't forget, we have a special post on our final 2 days of the meet at 12 p.m. So both Friday and Saturday, 12 o'clock post. So make sure you're at Gulfstream Park West. Good night and good luck.